is a fairly outspoken black dude who is a rapper. Kanye West bonded with Sneeko on being a cuck.
Yeah, I definitely am more like Stag Vixen and shit. You know, you guys know this term? Yeah. It's more like swap. It's kind of like you like same. Yeah.
Is that Nick Fuentes in the cuck chair? What is happening here, dude? What the fuck is going on, dude? What the actual fuck is happening? Who sits down and watches this? Like who's like, "Oh man, I can't wait." Also, it's all on kick.tv, baby. If this is not a clear-cut indication that we have devolved as a society, I don't know what to point to, okay? It was not on Kick, it was on Party. What the fuck is Party? There's another website that's worse than Kick. It's like the 8chan to Kick's 4chan. Is that what it is? I don't know, bro. A white man, a mixed guy, and a black man bonding. Maybe you just see hate. True. I'm the real racist here, dude. They're just having a Heil Hitler party, and I'm over here being like, that's kind of weird. Recession indicator. I don't even know if this is a recession indicator. This is an indication of something so much worse. You know, this is like, yeah, this is the reverse rainbow coalition where it's goddamn. Tom Homan says he'll start deporting Democratic mayors who defy immigration executive orders. Yeah, okay, sure, buddy. Sure, bud.
Yeah. People call us cucks and not even cucks. I'll get cucked and shit just for like to switch it up. But
for the rush, you know.
Yeah, it's like
kind of rush.
Like be on the outside of the door and shit.
Heart race.
He's saying he gets cucked for the rush, and him and Sneeko are bonding over it.
Yeah. Okay, so did y'all figure out what y'all?
Yeah, I'm waiting for Canada to come back. He has all like the timestamps and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna put it today.
And
he had the movie up, just watching it. But I think I gotta take time to really study and know exactly what's going on so I can verificate.
Yeah. Oh, Shannon? Yeah.
Oh, he got worried because like now is you know, he's talking, dude. That's so funny. Didn't he literally reveal that he sucked his cousin's dick or something the other day? Why the fuck is he embarrassed about being a cuck? Like how, bro, you that doesn't make any sense to me. Like he's out here singing, doing songs about Heil Hitler and shit with a swastika chain, but this was a bridge too far. Like, dude. His album is called Cuck? Wait, what? Because sucking dick isn't gay, but being a cuck is? This is really stupid in the media. Like, remember when TikTokers were reading Osama and understanding his POV? The media went apeshit with that, but the youth-loving Nazis not covered. I don't know. I don't really place a lot of emphasis on this either. Like, I don't really cover this shit because I feel like I don't know how much motion this has. If that makes sense. Like, I don't know if we're like even emphasizing this as though like this is you know, something that like the kids are watching, right? I feel like this is zero motion activities, right? But then again, I don't fucking know. I don't know. Maybe this is popping. Maybe kids are really into the Hitler shit. You know? Everything I've learned about these men has been against my will. I mean, yeah, I feel that. It's just, I don't fucking know. This is so weird, man. Oh my God. 130K tuned in. They pulled like 10K streams. Wait, what? They do? Bro, the album art. Wait, what the fuck? Cuck is the reported 12th studio album by the American rapper Kanye West. Media personnel DJ Academics announced the album under the title World War III during a live stream on April 2nd, 2025, a week after the release of the title track. Bro, I don't know anymore, man. I don't know how to deal with this. Like, I don't know. Like, what do you do? What do you do here? I genuinely don't know what to do here. The month prior, West caused controversy about numerous public acts of hate speech, including making anti-Semitic statements, supporting Nazism, posting offensive remarks, as well as coming out about enacting incest with his cousin as a child on his Twitter account, the latter of which coinciding with the release of the second album called Cousins, and it's a music video. Dave Blunt makes uncredited guest appearances on the album. You sit your white ass down and listen? No, dude. I mean, come on. I'm not even going to entertain that joke. Like, this is fucking out of control. This is completely insane. The picture is also stolen. What do you mean it's stolen? So this is like, that's so funny. That's like getting mad at Hitler for having an age gap relationship. You know what I mean? Focus up, chatter. I feel like that's the least of our concerns here, you know? Call me crazy, but I feel like that's inconsequential, don't you think? Like, the picture in and of itself is probably a little bit more important than the fact that it is stolen. The track listing is insane. Yeah, Hitler canceled for age gap, for inappropriate age gap relationship. Wait, where the frick is the Wikipedia page? Oh, here it is. Here. Look at, after portions were published by Blunts and Aiden Ross. That's the other thing I don't understand. Like, Aiden Ross is Jewish, man. What is happening? What the fuck is going on? This seems way more anti-Semitic than supporting Palestine. When's Kanye headed to jail? If you think that this is more anti-Semitic from the institutions that supposedly care about anti-Semitism, you are wrong. Okay? Let me tell you how wrong you are. No, the ADL does not mind shit like this because it's so obviously fucking anti-Semitic. Also, I don't even know if he ever says anything about Israel, ironically enough. Kanye being caught for IP theft is like Al Capone being caught for tax fraud. The thing is, though, this isn't anti-Semitic for ideological reasons or anything. It's just outrage bait. No, it is outrage bait, but he is like ideologically anti-Semitic. That's crazy to say he's not. Come on, chatter. He literally is. Bro, he is 100%. He is there is probably not a better textbook definition of someone who is an out and about Nazi, anti-Semitic Nazi who hates Jewish people than fucking Kanye West. Like, I don't know. I mean, he is outrage baiting as well, for sure. He is rage baiting. That is true. He also happens to be an anti-Semite. Anyway, in 2024, Trump condemned Biden for bombing Yemen. At least then, the Houthis were attacking U.S. ships. They stopped with Gaza ceasefire. Now the U.S. is in a sustained war against Houthis and vowing war with Iran over it. The Trump voters want more Middle Eastern wars. I heard otherwise. Oh, my God. I'm so shocked. That's right. Pete Hegseth. Message to Iran. We see your lethal support to the Houthis. We know exactly what you're doing. You know very well what the U.S. military is capable of, and you were warned. You will pay the consequence at the time and place of our choosing. And it's so funny because it's like he's posting this because we dropped an F-18. And when I say we dropped an F-18, I mean like literally. It was not... they claimed that Houthi missiles were Houthi missile activity caused a maneuver from a pilot of an F-18 to drop it directly into the ocean. But Hassan makes me happy. I enjoyed my stay. Yeah. Do you mean like on planet Earth? Before we go into complete nuclear holocaust as a direct consequence of America's suicide pact, double suicide pact with the state of Israel, which refuses to stop doing genocide. So sorry, we're just going to keep bombing the Houthis and keep destroying our own military equipment in the region until, I guess, morale improves. I don't know. Yeah, it rolled off the aircraft into the Red Sea. They claimed the ship turned to avoid the missile and the plane rolled off the side, which is even funnier. Yeah. It's stupider. They said that the aircraft carrier had to do evasive actions and it fell off the side. Did you see the Dutch Twitter account posting a military target instead of 8 people were murdered? Yes, I saw that. Some OSINT account from the Netherlands literally posted random coordinates on Twitter. I'd probably kill myself if I posted something that led to the death of eight innocent people. All right, time for me to go through the mud. Based on satellite imagery, I'd marked this quarry as an underground base and tweeted it as such. I'm fairly certain CENTCOM doesn't take their targeting data from Twitter, but this is still a very severe mistake. Yeah. The OSINT account openly admitted this mistake, by the way, which is so insane. Oh, sorry, guys. I like that the tweet basically is like, sorry, oopsie. And I don't even, like, the reality is, yeah, they shouldn't be getting, like, no competent military. Central Command should not be getting their targets from OSINT Twitter, okay? So how was he supposed to know is unironically a valid thing to bring forward. Like, I can't believe we're living on a planet where the most powerful military on Earth is getting their notes from a random open source intelligence account. A random guy. U.S. airstrikes on houses near a quarry with 8 reported killed last night northwest of Sana'a with the coordinates. No congressional approval either. Yeah, Ryan Grimm, I know, wrote about it. Here it is. Here's the story. Pentagon may have drawn on anonymous social media accounts in planning deadly Yemen attack. Okay. A deadly airstrike in Yemen that killed 8 civilians appeared to target coordinates posted by social media analysts online. For the past several months, the U.S. military has been carrying out a bombing campaign in Yemen ostensibly aimed at forcing the militant group Ansar Allah, also known as the Houthis, to stop their military intervention on behalf of Palestinians under Israeli assault in Gaza. This campaign has conducted strikes against more than 800 targets, as well as verified claims of civilian harm, including most recently a strike against a detention facility housing African migrants that killed dozens of people. It would be comforting to think that the decision makers in the U.S. military are carrying out these strikes with great care and with the highest quality of intelligence, given the power of life and death that its operations hold for innocent people. Yet serious allegations have emerged that the U.S. military has been relying in part on anonymous Twitter accounts who post coordinates that they dubiously claim contain military assets. This week, U.S. warplanes bombed a location alleged by 2 such amateur open source intelligence accounts to be a Houthi stronghold, killing innocent bystanders in the process. A Twitter account operated by an individual whose bio says they are based in the Netherlands using the handle Vlekkie Hond apologized this week after the U.S. struck coordinates she erroneously suggested. In early April, were the location of an underground Houthi military position. It was not a military site. All right, time for me to go through the mud, Vlekkie posted. Based on satellite imagery, I'd mark this quarry as an underground base and tweeted as such. I'm fairly certain CENTCOM doesn't take their targeting data from Twitter, but this is still a very severe mistake. Except, turns out they are taking targeting data from Twitter, from random people on Twitter. Think about that. They have to be using AI probably to scrape through Twitter OSINT accounts that to develop targeting data. I'm not even kidding about this. They must be using AI to just like literally populate targets. They don't care. It reminds me of the Lavender AI program that Israel utilizes in Gaza. West Point cited this exact profile. Oh my God. Vlecki had highlighted the coordinates in a thread that claimed to have uncovered a Houthi base, and they had relied in part on a secondary account, Galal al-Salahi, whose bio suggests they're based in Houston. That account, which is hostile to the Houthis, claimed to have described a Houthi missile launcher at the coordinates. The strike that took place on April 28th reportedly killed 8 civilians in their homes on the outskirts of the capital of Sanaa. Vlecki's reading of satellite imagery, the account later said, was incomplete. They said they had privately marked the target as only possible, and they thought and they would strive to do better in the future, while posting a screenshot of a 500 euro donation to charity that she had made as penance. I should have never posted it, they added. A message seeking comment from the account went unanswered. Dude, you literally killed 8 random people. You killed 8 random people. Oh my God. Like, let me say something, okay? Let me say something. She didn't do it herself, obviously. The American government did. They are the arch villains of this story. But like on the one hand, I understand why you as a random OSINT account would probably not expect Central Command to take notes from your random shit posts, okay? I don't know. It's hard. It's hard for me to, like, she is complicit no matter which way you cut it. But also at the same time, the expectation that she has is a reasonable one. The expectation that the American government, the most powerful military on the fucking planet, is not creating actionable targets off of random Twitter users, man. What the fuck? OSINT is open source intelligence, okay? It is just autistic people that like maps and also jerk off to the thought of NATO dominating the fucking planet, getting together and, you know, talking about what, getting together and doing like forensic data analysis off of like looking at images. It's like GeoGuessr, kind of, paired up with people who are LARPing as spies, okay? It's the most evil version of autism, except there are some good OSINT guys who have become like actually incredibly valuable journalists who I talk to with regular frequency. And I actually do think that they're good. So not all OSINT is created equal. Okay. Some of them do end up going to work for the New York Times or Washington Post or a number of different incredible organizations like that participate in forensics audits. Okay. Open source intelligence gathering is not autism. Dude, if that's not autism, then what is? What are you talking about? If open source intelligence gathering for fun is not an indication of autism, I don't know what would be an indication of autism. There is no autism then. You are an autism denier, I think. What the fuck? It's like saying baseball is not a very autistic sport. Okay? It's like saying enjoying trains, and enjoying trains is not perhaps an indication that you might have a little bit of autism. It is common in pen testing. Okay. You're definitely not proving the point that you are trying to prove with what you just said, chatter. Okay? Also, it's not an insult anyway. All right. Let's continue. Reports from local Yemeni news outlets highlighted the devastating impact of the attack. Among the dead and wounded were children, some of whom were later evacuated to local hospitals. The U.S. military and CENTCOM have ultimate responsibility for verifying the information used to conduct airstrikes. The Pentagon has spent hundreds of millions of dollars on advanced data analytics programs for companies like Palantir that include open source data scraped from social media. So, yep, there it is. Open source data scraped from social media as a part of their information gathering process to help the military with targeting and intelligence. Data analysts live by the credo, garbage in, garbage out, which sophisticated intelligence collection is intended to overcome. To be sure, it may be a mere coincidence that the amateur sleuths identified the location before CENTCOM struck it, but the account used for Zanah's strike is known to officials in the military, increasing the potential likelihood that it was relied on, at least in part for the tragic targeting. Vleky Hunt has been publicly cited by reputable military-linked publications, including the influential Combating Terrorism Center at West Point. At West Point Sentinel, which referred to ever-resourceful analyst Vleky Hunt in an April 2024 report citing her analysis on U.S. air operations against the Houthis. The report noted she had compiled her analysis based on her purchases of commercially available satellite imagery. This is why I only rely on ELINT in terms of OSINT Andes that don't actually work for any reputable media organization. In terms of former OSINT Andes turned into forensic auditors that work for places like the New York Times or Washington Post, you obviously have people like Eric Toller, who I think are great, and I have talked about how great they are before. They're MHUD certified as well. Eric Toller works for the New York Times Visual Investigations, previously worked at Bellingcat, but we won't hold that against them. And obviously Evan Hill as well. Evan Hill also used to work for the New York Times, but he went from the New York Times' open source and visual forensic investigations team to the Washington Post's open source and visual forensic investigations team. And he is very good. He's very good at his job. Wait, what is the issue with Bellingcat? Am I dumb? There are some reasonable suspicions that Bellingcat, at least in part, is a CIA cutout or a State Department cutout, which makes sense. They do sometimes have good reporting. Lol, that's bullshit. Okay, sure. What is this? Valentina Gomez infiltrates a Muslim demonstration in Texas. Oh, God. Oh, yeah. Who cares about this freak? I don't care. They said they're not going to stop doing this work. So now to improve and learn from this, no more posting about possible bases. Look for more concrete signs of these bases, most notably spoil heaps. Yeah, look, this person, in my opinion, also has ceasefire now on her bio, which is extra crazy. Like, I don't think this person cares about the humanity of people in Yemen. Like, you can't. If information that I erroneously posted was used as actionable intelligence to assassinate 8 human beings, I probably would stop doing that thing. At the very least, we're not even talking about like the guilt that I would carry around that would probably cause me to fucking kill myself. But outside of that, I would definitely stop doing that thing. Okay? Her tweets are all anti-Israel. I don't understand. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure this person is just like really invested in what the fuck she's doing in terms of looking at maps and satellite imagery. That's why I said this is the evil side of autism. She would. I'm not going to say it. Never mind.
Try to bring that to you. And word from the U.S. State Department.
Okay. This guy's dying. Is ambassador to UN like an exile position in the cabinet? I mean, it depends. If you have an interest in a higher office, right? If you have an ambition to run for higher office and you're like a representative, for example, like Elise Stefanik, then yes, the UN ambassador position is a level up because you can say, oh, look at my foreign policy experience. I was a UN ambassador. But if you're already in the Trump cabinet, and you're already the national security advisor, then you are making pretty high-level decisions. You're making those high-level decisions, so it is absolutely a demotion. It's basically exile. That's why I hate to admit this, but Laura Loomer is right. Laura Loomer is correct when she says you got loomered. My man got loomered.
Just this hour.
Now, speaking of somebody also getting loomered, I promise you, you are not ready to this. No matter what, you are not ready. No matter what you think your brain is not ready. What is this? Kanye West previews unreleased music with top 5 on Sneako's stream.
With all of the money and fame, I still can't get my kids back. With all of the money and fame, I still don't get to see my children. Niggas see my Twitter, but they don't see how I be feeling. So I became a Nazi, yeah, bitch, I'm the nigga, how Hitler? Nigga, how Hitler? They don't understand the things I say on.
What the fuck? Bro, he's literally doing the divorced dad. He's doing the divorced dad shuffle. Bro, what the hell is going on, man? This is so crazy. I was ready for it and it still got me. Bro, how? I need to understand. How can you get CTE from being a divorced dad? I guess it's not that strange considering that there are examples of getting CTE from being a Twitch streamer. So, not that difficult. I'm pretty certain I just instantly obtained brain cancer. No, we're not rolling it back.
Twitter. Nigga, how Hitler? They don't understand the things I say on Twitter. All my niggas Nazis, nigga, how Hitler? Nigga, how Hitler? Nigga, how Hitler? All my niggas Nazis, nigga, how Hitler?
Wait, that's a swastika. He's got swastika diamonds. Bro, what is going on, dude? What the fuck is happening, bro? Sneeko and Kanye bonded on being cucks. This shit is gonna go hard at the clan rally, dude. How do you what do Klansmen do in this situation? Like, do they just accept Kanye West? Like, how does that work? Because he's black. Like, this gotta be real confusing. Like, it almost feels like, you know, you're you're at the Klan rally and someone goes, "Hey, have you heard this new Heil Hitler?" And they're like, "Well, don't play that." You know, there's like a division in the racism movement. You know, there's a division there's a fissure. There's infighting in the white supremacist movement now because one of the most prominent figureheads